June 17th, 2024, Canada, baby. Well, I hope everyone had a good weekend. It's been a while since I've seen you guys. I had a lot of going on last week, okay, guys? So, there we go. Alright, so we're gonna get right into it because, I feel a little backlogged, okay, guys? Your tent city weather report. Well, this morning, I woke up to one heck of a crack of thunder, okay, guys? Like, I was out of bed, and, well, here I am, guys. Honey, I'm home and I had a hard day. Pour me a cold one, and oh, by the way. Anyways, I think it's supposed to be hot, okay? We got humidity coming in, okay, guys? So, make sure you got the windows rolled down for the pets in the car. Probably leave them at home, okay, guys? And, make sure you don't leave the kids in the car, okay? I can't believe you gotta tell people that, but, you do. Make sure you get the H2O into you, okay? And if you think you're gonna fade, get in the shade, okay, guys? Just made that up on the fly, guys. Okay, guys. We're going to go over a few things, okay? Let's start with the cherry report, because I don't want to forget that, okay? Saturday night, big game. We were down, we came back. I think Shania Twain really revved those guys up and revved up Canada. And I said back in the winter that we should really have, like, a Woodstock in Canada. I said winter, just to kind of go with, how the Freedom Convoy rolled into Ottawa, like, middle of winter, okay? Like, real Canadians would. And I said we should have a winter Canadian Woodstock, but we should have one in the summer, okay, guys? So, Shania Twain, I think it was really good of you to have a free concert for everyone because, well, times are tough and in Canada. Chapter 6 of the Jody Wilson-Raybould book is up on YouTube, okay, guys? And if you don't have time to listen to it, it's pretty lengthy. I think it was like 2.5 hours because, well, it was like 40 pages, and then, well, the last 25 minutes is pretty well my summary of the chapter and my overall thoughts. And, chapter 6 really exposed a lot of stuff, and I got my chapter notes here, and I give references throughout my summary, okay? So you can just skip right to the end and listen to the last half hour. And what I really took away from that with all this election interference, what I took away, Jody was responsible for appointing judges. Well, when Jody was doing that, she found there was political interference in the hiring of our judges. Dun, dun, dun. Guys, getting into the chicken scratches, okay? Guys, so we're going to start at the bottom this time because we got some to plow through. And I posted via Alberta News and Views how all the Western premiers were at a conference talking about stopping immigration, guys. Okay? So, a little recap of that. If you don't have 6 minutes to spare and do your research, okay? Well, now, David Eby did a lot of the talking, the premier in British Columbia that decriminalized, hard drugs. And now they're smoking that in the hospitals, okay? So, listening to this guy talk about this particular, when he has the backing of the other premiers, I might take what he has to say maybe with a grain of salt. But I know it's going on because to the left of him is Danielle Smith, okay? And Danielle Smith is like, oh man, she is just... So they're talking about how 10,000 immigrants are coming every 30 days to BC alone, okay? Western Canada is not getting any funding. Quebec and Ontario are getting money. Alberta just took in 200,000 people and 20% were newcomers. And 70,000 newcomers overall to Alberta. Their funding has decreased rather than increased. And that's not racist. That is, we have a housing crisis. What we know. Okay, there's people living on the streets. There's no homes. And we just keep bringing people in, immigrants and asylum seekers, okay? We don't have room. Then there was a post, Michelle Ferrari, in one of the committees that she does. And the girl doesn't stop, okay? She just works, and then she was just jumping in a whole bunch of, funness at, a new gymnastics center that just opened up in her community. Michelle was talking about the Royal, mental health service place in Ottawa that they have no access to supportive housing, and that's where people, there's nowhere for the homeless people with mental health to go. And in this facility, their beds don't free up because there's no support. Billions were put into helping with this issue in 2019, 2020, and no one knows if the homeless has increased or decreased. Well, from my observations, I'm thinking it's increased significantly. There's no supportive housing, and that's supportive housing is to help people get back on track, like this other woman had said, to help pay their bills, how to be a good neighbor, like just basically social skills, you know, and just kind of what's going on. They need support, right? And the woman that responded to Michelle Ferrari said they need measurable results. They have no data, so you can't count what you don't know. One's done. Okay, what's next? Oh, Alberta News and Views posted what happened last week in the House of Commons, and I watched that one where Pierre asked Chrystia Freeland several times about, well, if we're going to increase, the capital gains, could you maybe help out the struggling, like, little people? And she went, Mr. Speaker, didn't answer the question. And then that little French guy got up, and he went, like, off the rails, guys. That was really funny, and I watched that while that was going on live, okay? And I was like, yeah, that was good. And then Pierre went on to say about, because Chrystia Freeland didn't answer all his, 10 other questions, and he said if Chrystia Freeland wasn't still in hiding, could she come up and answer the question? And she didn't. And I want to show you guys a little picture I've been drawing of little Chrystia Freeland. Okay, just a little snap. That's all you're going to see. So, anyways, I'm going to start making more. I have so many pictures to color, guys, of my last, 3-year ordeal. I got so many pictures. So I'm thinking that when this online harms bill comes in, and if and when I get house arrested, okay, I'll have so much time to get this all painted and finished. And if I got more time, then I'll go back to my memory bank and I'll just use my imagination and then I just draw, right, guys? And then there's Canada Crime Watch, where lawyers say man who lit woman on fire on Toronto bus not criminally responsible for her death. I've said before, it gives people with mental health a bad stigma. They already feel that stigma, okay? There's mental health, and then there's crazy, okay? There's mental health that is treatable, okay? And then there's just crazy. That man should be locked up, okay? He tossed a whole bunch of fuel on a woman and lit her on fire, okay, guys? You want that walking down the street? No, you don't. I posted another Michelle Ferrari about the carbon tax scheme, okay? And what I took away from that, if you don't have 3 minutes to look into it and do some research, Michelle talked about the dinky rebate they give you, and those are my words, okay? And how much it's costing. And when the parliamentary budget officer, who's separate from the government, went to look into how much was being spent, Stephen Guilbeault, your environment minister, who doesn't want to build roads, who climbed the CN Tower back in the day, who was an extremist, okay? And he stalked Ralph Klein. Anyways, Stephen Guilbeault put a gag order against this parliamentary budget officer. The opposition, like Michelle Ferrari and the rest of the Conservatives, they can't put in the NDP because they're not helping, they're not doing, okay? Anyways, the opposition really pressed them to release it, and there was $30 billion, and that's costing $1,800 per Canadian. Michelle said there's a petition going around for Guilbeault to resign, okay, guys? And it really falls back, like she said, on Justin Trudeau, his lack of leadership, okay? He just blames and deflects, okay? It's like Karate Kid, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. Well, that's Justin Trudeau. He just dodges, deflects, and Important to know what's going on in America too, guys. Okay, guys, we're trying to piece together what's going on here in Canada, but pretty well what's going on here is going on down in the States. Okay, guys? Summarize there. I posted Tucker Carlson, and he talked with Steve Bannon, who was affiliated with the Trump campaign, okay? But at the beginning of Tucker's interview, he talked about when Obama brought in the Fast and Furious scandal. Okay, and I looked into it really quick, and it was almost like they just like threw out a whole bunch of guns to the public, okay? Something like that. But again, you could do your research, okay, guys? So much coming in for the newsroom, okay? That's not on TV. So there was an Eric Holder involved in this scandal, okay? And he got off on all of it, okay? Holder invoked some special privilege because of all of that. Well, this Steve Bannon used the same sort of process for whatever. And you can do research, okay? Anyways, this Steve Bannon could be going to jail, okay? Only because he's affiliated with Trump. And they're even talking about how Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York, going to jail. Well, does everyone not remember how much of a hero Rudy Giuliani was to New York? Okay, when the Twin Towers came crumbling down, okay? Like Rudy Giuliani, Roseanne Barr had him on her podcast, and check that interview out, okay, guys? So, like Steve Bannon said, he will go as a political prisoner. You know what? That's what's coming to Canada with this online harms bill. Political prisoners. Okay, guys, so, alright, I guess we'll find out. Alright, your guess will be as good as mine whether I get house arrested, you know what I'm saying? Said that people need to start stepping up. Tucker Carlson said that you need to start stepping up. You can't just wait for people. You gotta do it. So I posted yesterday about how in Ottawa, parents were marching, hands off our kids, and one flag, okay, guys? And that's about how crazy it's getting with the kids, all this sexual talk and all this, you know, I've been around gays and been around the process and all that kind of stuff, and I do think there's the odd person that wants to change their gender, but I don't think it's many. So we can't take that chance and have people making life-altering decisions, okay? And that's what these parents are doing. Because when you go to Pride and, you know, it's a little too sexual for the kids, right? So I don't blame the parents. And you know what? People need to start doing that. If you look around your city, you'll see rainbows and inclusiveness. I just saw a church in my area that had, you know, rainbow steps right up the church. Okay, guys? All right? You walk down the street and you're walking across a rainbow. Okay, guys? Nobody cares if you're gay, but what people do care is about what's being taught to the kids and what the kids are seeing. And when it comes to sexual stuff, kids don't need to see that. Start coming out and start going to a city hall near you. And then we all fighting about the one thing, and the one important thing, your precious cargo, right? Okay, and then I'm going to go back down. I only have 2 more things, and then I'm going to end you there, okay? Because I got stuff to do today. Okay, Jagmeet Singh claims he's not propping up Trudeau's government, but you are, Jagmeet, okay? And then the reporter here did an excellent job really holding him to the test, okay? Jaggy looked a little uncomfortable that a woman was talking to him like that, because he's a fake feminist like Trudeau. Okay, and then we got, Mark Holland, man. Okay, I'm going to show you this. This is the guy that said a few weeks ago that Canadian families going on road trips this summer aren't going to let their kids out to go for a pee break, and that they'd be burning the planets, okay? Now, this guy's talking about how to have pleasurable sex, okay? Guys, watch this.
I was the first health minister, or probably the first member of parliament, who talked about the importance of pleasure in sex.
Oh, yeah. Canada Proud did good.
But what does it mean if sex isn't affirming in who you are? Bow tie and red sneakers stay on.
Talk dirty to me.
It isn't pleasurable if you don't have that as a family value. The importance of pleasure in sex. The importance of pleasure in sex. It isn't pleasurable if you don't have that as a family value.
Stay you, stay true.